Alex,
Hi Ricky.
how you doing, man?
I'm very well, nice to meet you.
Welcome to Living Life Fast.
Good to
Thanks for coming down in your car today. Met you the other day, didn't I, at an Empire meet?
You did, yeah. The Empire Festival was good seeing you there. Good seeing all the selection of cars you brought out.
Yeah, brang a few. Obviously, there was a few missing. Yes, you come down at A45. What's it?
It's the A45 Premium Plus. Got every single bit of kit Mercedes offer on her. Thought I'd bring it down to you today, Ricky, just show you what really it's about. Because not many people have actually had a chance to experience them firsthand like this, so I thought I'd give you a chance.
No, I appreciate it, man. And there's obviously the A35. You've got the A45, which you've already mentioned.
Yep.
What are they in Europe? You don't get them in the UK,
so
right?
the 35 you get in the UK. The 45 is only down to Europe. The 45S is obviously a UK spec. So here we have the 45S, which is got an extra 115 brake on top of the 35.
Yes.
We've also got all the dynamic controls on the inside. The engine is a different mount as well. That's the difference between the 35 and the 45. I think this is a North transverse mount, if I'm correct, from the specs of the paper. Whereas it's just normally laid out in 35 as a normal engine would be.
So obviously, when I look at an A35, I can kind of tell the difference of an A35 and 45. But there's a pretty big price difference, isn't there, with the two?
Huge price difference. So for the 35 Premium Plus, which will get, it'll look like this. Yeah. I think that's about £45,000 if I'm correct. Now the 45S is £15,000. Jump ahead. You're looking at £60,000 for this with the Premium Plus kit. Without the Premium Plus, you're looking at about £54,000.
And what kind of performance will we get in?
So we hit, in this, 424 brake horsepower. It's got 505 newton meters of torque. She does 0 to 60 in 3.8. Now, that's what Mercedes say on paper. I've actually had it quicker. If you do it with a quarter tank of fuel and one person, you can actually get it down to 3.6. So you can shave off a 0.2.
Wow, man.
So
you know your stuff, didn't you, as well?
Yeah.
It's a 2 litre turbocharged engine?
That's it, 2 litre, 4 cylinder, each cylinder producing roughly about 107 brake horsepower. So that's crazy, that is crazy.
Yeah. And then is it dual clutch box or is it?
Dual clutch, 8-speed.
Right, and what's your thoughts on it versus the pre-gen 45?
I would say off the bat, this is quicker, handling, much better handling. The way these cars act is completely different as well. This is very much down to the driver. It almost knows the driver. So this car will learn as I'm learning. So it will learn me, whereas the 45 will give you, the old 176 will give you full beans. This learns as you're going along. So this will learn my driving styles. Right. This will learn how I like to drive. It will learn how I like to take corners, and it will adjust itself perfectly for me when I'm actually going out on the roads and on track doing this sort of stuff, which is amazing.
And you do take it on track as well, don't you?
Yeah. It's been Goodwood multiple times. I actually love doing a Goodwood day in this. She's amazing. She turns loads of heads.
So what is the handling like then? So it's all-wheel drive, right?
Yeah, all-wheel drive.
Well, is it more rear biased or front? Or?
Well, that's the clever thing, really, because of the different modes in it. I mean, Sports Plus mode, it feels like generally it's sending 50-50, front and back. Yeah. Race mode is where the clever action happens. Now, race mode will allow me to go into a corner and it will actually feel as I'm going into the corner and plant more of the power towards the rear of the car. Right. So you can actually get some of that, back end action out on the car.
Awesome. And there is a rear-wheel drive mode, isn't there?
Yeah, there is a drift mode as well. Drift mode in the 45S. You don't get these in the 45 or the 35.
Okay, got you. So what is the difference with the 45 and the 45S then?
The difference between the 45 and the 45S is the 45S is slightly higher powered. Obviously, we only get the 45S in England. We can't get the 45. And the drift mode option, I don't think is available on the normal 45. You have to have a 45S because they have a special rear differential that allows it to do it, whereas the 45 doesn't use that, I think.
Yeah.
And I
have
think that's the difference.
You done the drifting in it?
Yeah, I have done the drift mode in it, and it is wicked. I have to say, amazing.
Yeah. Mate, it's beautiful, and I'm a big fan of the A45. I actually had a friend who had a 45, but you say this is a much more capable version of the pre-gen, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Handles a lot better.
This is so much more capable. I had a friend who bought a Black Edition 176 down to me a couple of years ago, and that's what made me fall in love with the 45. So big shout out to my friend Tim for bringing me the 45 down. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have bought it, but when I drove the W76, it really appealed to me. Yeah. It really caught my heart. And then actually seeing this at Goodwood in 2019 when it was unveiled and sort of going over the key figures of it, it's a different car.
Yeah.
Mercedes have upped their game with the A45.
No, 100%. Well, I think in all Mercedes in general, the cabins have always been amazing, but they're on another level now. Shall we have a look at the interior? So this is something that you say is like a game changer with this car, right? The cabin. So yeah, you got these nice bucket style seats, haven't you? Yeah, man, it's all just beautiful, isn't it? So what's this? A touchpad down here as well?
Yeah, so you got full touchscreen here. And obviously this is the touchpad. So here at the moment we are just on the engine information screen. Obviously the vehicle's not on, but once it's on it will give us detailed diagnostic of all the engine. Up here you've got another digital display, that's your rev gauge, etc. once the car's on.
Oh, look at the lights as well, man. Wow,
yeah, the ambient lighting is
crazy.
Mate,
I love ambient lighting, man.
The other difference, as I said, from the 35 and the 45 is the wheel. So you will get this lovely wheel which is featured in the GTR. So as you can see, you can change all of your settings, hotkeys. You've got Sports Plus. Then you've got the best mode of the car.
You got the race mode. Yeah, sweet. All right, man. Should we jump out, take a spin?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Right, Alex. Mate, you have presented this car very well so far. And you was saying just off camera that your dream has been, right, to work at Mercedes?
It has been. Ever since I was a kid, I'd love to work at Mercedes.
Anybody watching from Mercedes right now, this man is, I reckon he could become an asset, man. And you know what? It's funny, right? Before I started YouTube, I was the same for BMW. My dream was to work at BMW. I even walked into BMW, I dressed up in a suit, right, walked in and tried to sell myself. No qualifications. I walked in there and tried selling myself and said, listen, I am so passionate about BMW, you need to give me a job. And the guys see the passion, but it's not good. Like you said, they need to see qualifications. So you've done the same, you've gone in and tried to get...
Yeah, exactly the same. I've tried to present myself and all they've done is turn me down, unfortunately. So.
And this is the reality, I swear. Guys, it's the God's honest truth. It's part of the reason why I started a YouTube channel. I wanted people to take me a bit more serious because it takes more than a bit of passion, basically. You know what? The cabin right now is ridiculous, isn't it? I say every time I get in a Merc, the cabins are ridiculous. It's like we're in a flipping nightclub. We've got neon lights, pink lights. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, all changeable. They all switch round as well, so you'll notice that at the top will go blue and then it will switch round to red, and they swap.
Oh, it swaps?
Yeah, they swap. Yeah, they actually do, and they actually do it round the car as well. So the back will be sort of blue and pink, while the front's more, you know, red, and then it will just swap itself round as well. It's really clever.
Yeah, cabin is another level, guys. Forget it. Mercedes are just, you can't beat them. I say the same thing every time I get them on, so it's just facts. And you mentioned you was interested in a few different models. You're into your Mercedes, but you was considering an M2, was you?
Yeah, I was considering an M2 competition just because a lot of people said to me they're great fun. Yeah, and I was thinking about the RS3, but speaking to a couple of owners, they said to me about understeer problems at high speed. So, you know, for me doing tracks, that kind of put me off a little bit.
And you got all your dials up here, shows your horsepower, newton meters of torque, oil temperatures, and jeez, sounds good as well, doesn't it?
Yeah,
moves, isn't it?
She does sound good on the move. I have to say, when she's stationary, she doesn't sound too great, but
is it pumping sound into the cabin?
It is a slightly, yes.
Wow.
But the handling is incredible.
The front end's ridiculous, isn't it? That wasn't under one bit of pressure there. And like you said, in race mode, it sends a lot of the power to the rear, right?
Yeah.
And it's nice and quiet in the cabin. There's not much road noise, is there?
No. And we'll do a quick launch here. So the launch is unbelievable.
Wow.
Just like that, 60.
Yeah, that's incredible. Wow. 504 newton meters. It really does engage a true launch control, doesn't it? Some cars have launch, but they don't sort of engage and lock up. This feels like it locks up and goes forward. Like the M5, it kind of just rolls off. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But obviously where it's not dual clutch, because you've got dual clutch, it's a bit different. The RS3s as well, on launch, they are like, they really smash you in the back, man.
But yeah, she's just so responsive at all times. No matter where I put my foot down, she's there. She's there, she is everywhere.
Moves, isn't it?
Yep. And she just holds.
Wow, impressive. Man like Alex, you know, the grip feels amazing, doesn't it? I mean, I know how, you know, good these A45. I knew how good the pre-gen ones were. They were really good on the limit, man. The seats are similar to the pre-gen as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they are slightly similar to the pre-gen. The only thing about these is I have to say is the clever lumbar and side bolster support that you get in this.
Okay.
When you're at high speeds, this car knows what side to apply the side bolsters, how, you know, what it even knows where to put the lumbar in your back. It's in race mode right now, and she just, like now, if we are going around one of the corners tightly, you'll probably feel it on the side that you're sort of leaning to. The side bolster will actually grip you a little bit more, just to hold you in there.
Jeez. Wow. The brakes are good as well, aren't they?
Oh, the brakes are amazing.
Jeez, could you imagine some mods on this?
Yep. Wait till I get the Brabus power boost. She will be insane.
Would you reckon that they're the fastest, most capable in class, or?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of class, it kind of sets its own class really, because you've got hot hatch, but this isn't a hot hatch. This is a hyper hatch. In terms of what they offer out there for similar, you've got VW with the Golf R Mark 8. You're looking what, same 2 litre engine, 2 litre power plant under the hood. It's about 315 brakes, 320 if I'm correct. Whereas obviously, as I said, this is, you know, 2 litre 4-cylinder, exactly the same, pushing 424 brake horsepower.
It's a lot of money though, isn't it? It's 60 grand, isn't it?
It's a lot of money.
I mean, like, you're talking £60,000. What's in that category? Right, I'm not trying to say this isn't a really nice car, but you are going to a new territory,
yeah,
aren't you?
you are. The Brabus power boost is what I'm waiting for mainly, and that's the ECU. I think it takes her up to 460 to 475 brake, and then they've got a blow-off adapter for the turbo, which only boosts it by about 5 brake horsepower. But when you speak to the guys at Brabus, they actually tell you that they should have originally fitted the blow-off adapter to the A45S because it's much better for the engine. It's actually much better for the health and the condition of the engine.
Okay. Yeah, man. It screams, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, what does it rev to though? About 6.5 or?
Let's have a look.
I mean, that sounds like 9,000 there, but
We're hitting 7. She's changing at 7.
the torque's unreal, isn't it? It's
Yep.
really quick spooling, the turbos. And it feels fast as well, doesn't it? The problem with the pre-gen A45 was they didn't feel as quick as they were. So like when you compared it to the equivalent, say like a Golf R, the Golf R's felt quicker. They weren't quicker, but they felt quicker inside the cabin. Like they just felt too good quality. Like the components were too good. It just slowed everything down because everything's putting it down so well. But this actually, it feels rapid, and I think that could be to do with the tone of the engine as well. Yes, Alex! Man's track drive right here, you know. A45 for the first time, guys. It's been, I mean, when was it released?
Officially for pre-order, October 2019. They started arriving in the UK about January 2020.
Well, it's got a really light wheel, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And throttle is very sensitive.
Yeah. Extremely sensitive.
Man, those paddles feel expensive. Yeah, straight away I can already feel just how reactive the front end is, man.
Yeah.
And you can feel those electronics, can't you? Definitely doing some magic, isn't it?
Yeah.
The way it's just turning on the road now.
It's just something else, really. That's all you can really say is it's something else.
It's like we're playing, what's that PlayStation game? Wipeout. So guys, as you throttle, the dash, like the graphs on here are another level, man. The heads-up display, should I say. You got boost, shows your newton meters, your speed. This is absolute craziness.
All changeable as well, Ricky. You can change that so it shows, instead of your horsepower and your newton meters, you can change it to show G-force,
Okay.
G-force, you can obviously get it showing the engine oil temps and stuff like we have here on the main screen as well. You can also get in it displaying the tyre pressures on the move to the exact point. They'll even tell you if they go down like, you know, minimal, like 1 PSI.
And you mentioned as well, when you're on track, you can actually load up racing lines like Forza.
Yes, so when you go to tracks such as Silverstone, Nürburgring, it's actually this one, because it's a Premium Plus, it's loaded with the track pack.
Yeah.
Now the track pack, pretty much, when you go on track, it uses the VR camera in the front of the car to put a racing line in front of you. Now this racing line will obviously be green for accelerate, red for brake, etc.
Yeah.
And it shows you where to brake in the corners, how fast to go round the corners, and they're all set by the Mercedes AMG Formula 1 team. So if you follow that line, you're hitting Formula 1 times.
That is crazy. And Lewis Hamilton, you say, set that as well.
Yep.
Wow. It's just pretty easy performance, isn't it? You just literally smash your foot down and it does it. Yes. It's interesting, isn't it, the front end? It almost like cocks up on a wheel, like ever so slightly. Yeah, man, you can definitely feel like this engine needs to be unleashed, right? Yeah. It could do with more, innit? Yeah. It's swallowing the power.
Yeah. That's what I mean. This engine is capable for 500 plus, and the guys know it.
I mean, it's the tiniest bit busy, but you know, stays on its lines. Like, definitely there's a lot of tech going on, 100%. Steering wheel's nice to look at. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
For the cabin, isn't it? And you say this is from?
This is from the GTR Pro. It's got all the dynamic quick select, so you can obviously change it into full manual mode. Because right now you're obviously driving it in its auto mode, but yes, you can drive it in fully manual.
Man, it sends it, boy. And it's very compliant over these roads, which is a massive bonus, man. Yeah, you can feel the rear rotating, man, as you're taking these corners. It's not just like I think a lot of these hot hatches drive as front wheelers, don't they? But on the odd occasion send power to the rear. But this, you can feel it, just power's coming from everywhere. As I leant on the throttle there, and it kind of followed the road, didn't it? So it's following a bit of the camber of the road. I'm being judgmental today, guys. First time driving one. Yeah, man, it feels very expensive, doesn't it? I mean, it is an expensive car. Yeah. It doesn't feel like a light, flimsy hatchback, you know? Definitely a lot to do with this wheel. And what is the weight of the car?
Weight of the car is 1,560 kilos.
Oh wow, is that the weight?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling the weight, you know that right now? Because I can feel how much of a ninja it is, but there is that, 1560, that's pretty bloody heavy. Man, the front is ridiculous though. Guys, as soon as you come on throttle into the bend, you feel it almost like wash out slightly to the rear, like doesn't react like your typical front wheeler. Well, it's not front wheel drive, but I keep saying like it's front wheel drive. Yeah, when you tune it to like 500, it'll be interesting to see how it reacts. Like, will there be torque steer and will it pull you around more? How does warranty and service and stuff work? Like, you know, is it does it have to go back to the factory for any reasons?
Yes. So when I first got the car, I actually started it one day, and none of the electrics on the wheel came on, and none of the indicators for the car were actually working. And it had actually turned out that a small electrical module inside the wheel had actually blown, and they just replaced it. It took about 3 weeks for them to send the part from Germany. But after they replaced it, obviously everything's fine. But apart from that, no, I've had really no issues with it, to be honest. Even the tyres and the brakes have held up exceedingly well, considering I do track days.
You nearly had a job at Mercedes until you said that one.
Just stop it.
Yeah.
Put your foot on the brake like a Golf R. Go.
Oh shit. Whoa. Fucking hell.
That kickback.
It's like a horse, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's back. Yeah, Alex, I think I'll end the video there, man. I really appreciate you coming down.
That's right, no worries, Ricky.
Got a little, you know, feeling for what it's like. I mean, it's what I expected, really. It's a really premium feeling hot hatch. It feels almost too premium, doesn't it? Like, we're in, you know, the Mercedes, they do it different, man. You've got the ultimate daily driver, you've got the performance, like you're saying, they're quicker than most things in class. I'd love to get it out on track though and see what it's like. So where can people find you on social media, Alex?
So you can find me on Instagram. My username is a.d.alex. D0N, so A.Don. It's the same as my TikTok. I do make quite a few TikTok videos. I do funny ones as well as obviously car related performance ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're my socials, guys. Obviously go give me a follow. I'll always follow back. More than happy to talk to anyone. You know, any questions, just fire them away on Instagram and I'll answer them when I can as well.
Man, top guy you are, Alex. You
No
know
worries,
that.
Ricky.
Yeah, so guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.